welcome in. Thank you for joining me for another recipe out of my recipe collection. This one today is a dinner option. We are going to do something savory, just something completely different than normally what I do. First I'm going to add in some broccoli. This is a medium head into a cup of boiling water, a pot of boiling water, with a generous amount of salt in it. And this is going to stay in here for 3 to 5 minutes while I explain to you the recipe I am doing. Now, I found this recipe a few years ago when I was looking for some nice dinner selections. It had everything I wanted. It had cheese, it had chicken, it had broccoli, and rice. So I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be a really easy one dish meal. I am going to just absolutely love it. Well, that night I got home and I went to make it and I read the recipe. There's a lot of prep work or a lot of steps to get this recipe going. So I'm going to make it tonight. This one is a chicken broccoli casserole. It is a recipe I got off the Food Network, and it's from Trisha Yearwood. So last night, what the ingredients are: 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. It wants you to boil them in water till they're tender, take them out, cool them completely, then shred them. And you could do it up to a couple hours in advance or overnight. So I chose to do overnight, and so I got my chicken out today and went to shred it. However, shredding cold chicken is super hard. So if you're going to make this recipe, you might want to do your chicken when it becomes just able to touch, pull it apart, and then wait on your recipe if you want to do it the next day or right after you get your chicken shredded. Don't wait till it's completely cold because it is very, very hard to shred. Also, with prep with this recipe, it wanted you to have cooked rice, so I made rice in my Instapot. I have 2 cups of cooked rice here. It's cooled. It was in my Instapot, like I said. Grated cheese. It calls for exactly 10 ounces of grated cheese, so I grated up some cheese right before this. My broccoli is ready. I'm going to strain this real quick because it just wants it where it's cooked for 3 to 5 minutes until it's that nice green, because it's going to continue to cook in the oven. It's a beautiful, vibrant green. Okay, I'm going to start my oven and bake it to 350. Alright, so we're going to be assembling this recipe here. Like I said in advance, you want to do your chicken, your rice, grate your cheese. So like I said, this was not a super quick meal that I could just come home and throw everything in a pot or a pan and bake it. There is a lot of work to it. So we're going to see if me saving this recipe was a good idea. First it wants me to start assembling. So obviously I did the chicken, I shredded it, and we did the broccoli. So we have that completely done. So those are the first couple steps. I greased a 9x13 pan. I have it sitting here waiting for us. So it's going to be a layered dish, kind of like a lasagna-ish. So we are going to layer in our ingredients. First one is going to be putting in your rice. So this is 2 cups of cooked white rice. So I'm going to put this in the bottom of the pan here. And I'm going to spread it out as good as I can. It's not going to cover every square inch, but you're doing the best you can here. Because we are, again, following recipes exactly as they are written. I'm not modifying them. I want to see if they work as they say. So this is kind of what it looks like. If you can see that, I have rice in the bottom of my greased pan. Then next it says make the second layer the broccoli. So I'm going to take my broccoli here and I'm going to kind of sprinkle it around in here. Try to get it evenly coated. As good as I can. Okay, and now it is time to assemble the filling. All right, so we are going to, what I call the filling, I guess is actually the topping. We're going to put this together. So what it asks for is that we combine in a large bowl the chicken soup. So it is 10-ounce can of cream of chicken soup. So I'll put that in here. Get out as much as you can out of these cans. It's always a little difficult to get it out. I didn't want to put it in a separate bowl after I got it out of here because I would lose more of it in the transfer. So there is that. And now it wants us to add the sour cream. This is 1 cup of sour cream. Half a cup of mayonnaise. Half a cup of mayonnaise and a tablespoon of lemon juice. And half of the, so 5 ounces of your cheddar cheese. Mix this all together. Okay, now I'm going to add the shredded chicken. Stir this all together. Make sure to incorporate all of it from the bottom of the bowl. Okay. Now we're going to spread this onto our broccoli and rice. and top it with our remaining cheese. So let's see how we can do this without making a big mess and getting it everywhere. Make sure it's incorporated evenly. And over the entire top. So this is going to start melting the cheese, and the mayonnaise is going to start to liquefy a little bit with the sour cream, and it is going to make a delicious layer for the top of this dinner. So it's going to be like a cake. I'm trying to not mess up or disturb the bottom layer here. Not being as successful as I would hope. There we go. Get it into the corner there. The corners are just as important. So now it says add salt and pepper as I guess desired. So like I said before, you can add your own happiness, how much you think you want to add. I wanted to add it just a little bit here. Okay, and now I'm going to cover with the rest of the cheese. Try to get it evenly distributed over the top. Okay, now this is going to go into a 350-degree oven for 40 minutes. And then when we get it out, we're going to let it stand for 5 minutes before we start scooping it out to let it set and solidify. Okay, it has been baking for 40 minutes, and now I let it rest for 5. And I am ready to get a piece of this and see what it tastes like. It is beautiful, by the way. Let me show you. You can't see it. Get my little alligators on. It's got a really nice cheesy brown crust to it. Very delicious. Okay. Let's get a little piece of this. Okay, this is the corner piece. Looks delicious. Now I'm going to go in and try to get some chicken, some broccoli, and some rice all in my one bite here. A little hot still. Mmm. Okay, that is really good. It's very cheesy and creamy due to the sour cream and the mayonnaise. It is, I thought it would be kind of dry with the rice being in the bottom and not actually mixed in something. However, that's not the case. It is very good. Everything is incorporated really well. Has a really good taste to it. A very good nighttime meal here if you wanted to make it. You could stretch it out, like I said, like I did, where I did the chicken the night before. It says the total time on this is 2 hours and 50 minutes. So if you do the chicken the night before, that will cut down the time drastically. Or you can just do it all in one day. It doesn't matter. This recipe leaves it open for you to do what you would like. So So again, this is the chicken broccoli casserole by Food Network, Trisha Yearwood. If you would like to make it, I do encourage you to do so. It is very delicious. I'm going to serve it with some bread here I made in the bread machine. And I am ready to eat. Have a great day, and we'll hope to see you next time.